Hey guys, and welcome back to Rainbowing. It is another Percy Jackson / Camp Half-Blood video. I'm wearing my Camp Half-Blood hoodie. Today we are sorting the characters from the movie Anastasia. Disney technically owns it now, so it's a Disney property because of 20th Century Fox. If you don't understand what sorting is, it's going to be me sorting characters into the Camp Half-Blood cabins. It's very similar and it's pretty much the same thing to people sorting characters in the Hogsworth houses, but it's Camp Half-Blood and it's the cabins of Camp Half-Blood, of course. I do have cards, so let's get into them. Zeus, Hera, Poseidon, Demeter, Ares, Athena, Apollo, Artemis, Hephaestus, Aphrodite, Hermes, Dionysus, and my 13 through 20 card. In the name stated, the other cabin's card is 13 through 20. I was just very lazy. Didn't want to make more cards. Just like, for instance, Hypno, Iris, Nike, Hebe, those types of gods, Hades. I know those were all out of order, but still, you get my point. They were the added on cabins in the end of The Last Olympian. Alright. If you're curious why Hera and Artemis are in here, even though they do not have demigod children, this is more in suit with, like, attributes and personalities and, like, if they have abilities and what they stand for and stuff like that. So that's why they are in here. Let's start off with our first character, which is the namesake of the film, Anastasia. So, Anastasia is hard-headed, she's independent because of becoming an orphan. She's gotta be independent, but she is very bright, she's quirky, she's all that stuff. Her main goal is to go to Paris, find her family, and reclaim her memories. She's much of a tomboy instead of a princess or duchess or whatever she is. I don't know. They say both in the movie for some reason. I don't know why. Part of me is leaning towards Athena because she is smart, she is intelligent, she is bright. Athena kids are usually stubborn and they're usually independent because they don't need Athena. And you can happily see, like, over time, even though Dmitri and Vladimir are feeding her the information about Anastasia, aka herself, she's starting to remember slowly but surely, and pretty much to the point that she knows / remembers something that Dmitri never even told her or really anyone. That only him, the queen, and Anastasia would know, which was him helping them out of the castle going through the servants' quarters. But like I said, she's bright, she's independent, she's caring, intelligent. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put her in cabin 6, Athena. You guys can yell at me in the comments below. So, our next character, I spoke a little about him while with Anastasia. It's Dmitri. I immediately know where I want to put him because he's a con man. And usually con men and thieves, even though they're different things, get put together. And it's labeled with trickster and like everything else. So, I immediately already know where he's going, which is cabin 11, Hermes. Reason for Hermes is originally he was a con man. I know over time he became less of a con man and more had a heart, per se. Similar how the end of Last Olympian flew, change of heart, sacrificing himself. But he came back in the end and saved Anastasia. He didn't take the prize money like he originally wanted. He's a good guy. Okay, our next character is the Dower Empress Marie, hopefully I'm saying this right, Fluana. It's Anastasia's grandmother, guys. And while watching the movie, I was thinking of two different gods, one being Hera and one being actually Athena. Athena because she's wise, she's the Empress. And Hera, I'm saying, is because she loves Anastasia. She loved her family, cares about her family. I understand if you guys are a little confused why I'm saying Hera because of that sense. Hera is the goddess of marriage and family, she's not just always wanting to kill Zeus's other children that weren't with her or his lovers and stuff like that. But she is the goddess of marriage, family. So that's why I'm saying that. And as Empress, she is very kind. She's very regal. But at times she can be very stubborn. She isn't an idiot. She knows a fake Anastasia to the real Anastasia, even if she's being stubborn enough and doesn't want to really see the real Anastasia at the end of the film. She is a little cold-hearted, but that's only because she's sad and heartbroken over the loss of her family members, of her son and his wife and their children, and thinking Anastasia was gone with them. To me, I'm leaning more towards Hera than anything else. So I think I'm going to put her in cabin 2, Hera. It's kind of first putting someone who's really not a villain in Hera, because I put a lot of villains in Hera because of their sneaky and connivingness, and probably for the wrong reasons, but this feels like the right reason. Our next character is, hopefully I'm saying this right, Vladimir. He is Dimitri's, I guess, partner in crime. He's also a con man, and since he's a con man, you would think, oh, immediately Hermes, because that's where Dimitri went. But there's a part of me that wants to put him in Hephaestus, because he was originally part of the royal imperial court. So he had loyalty to the Romanov family. He had loyalty to the Empress, Anastasia's grandmother. I'm not going to try and pronounce her name again because that was horrible. I don't speak Russian, guys, sorry. And you can see through over time, especially when him and Dimitri both find out that, like, she is the true Anastasia. He has this intent of loyalty for the crown that you see, like, showing through that loyalty. Because he was loyal to Dimitri, helping him out and, like, being his partner in crime. So I think that makes him more of a Hephaestus kid than a Hermes kid, because Hephaestus, other than fire and building, their main thing is loyalty. So, Vladimir, I'm putting you in Cabin 9, Hephaestus. He's downright loyal. He deserves it. Next up is the Empress's first cousin and her lady-in-waiting, I believe, Sophie, who is Vladimir's love interest. And one goddess popped up in my mind so much every time I saw her on screen, which was Aphrodite, because she was this lovey-dovey person. She very much cares and loves Vladimir. She very much cares and loves her cousin, the Empress, even though those are two different types of loves. You get my point. She even, like, gets giddy at the end of the movie when Anastasia and Dimitri run off together and elope. She's like, it's so romantic. Because the only other place I could think is maybe Hera, because of her love for her cousin and wanting to do right by her and everything else, with her, like, being her lady-in-waiting. But I'm leaning more towards Aphrodite. And I think that's where I'm going to put her. I think I'm going to put her in Cabin 10, Aphrodite. She's like this lovey-dovey personality. And it's funny that I have put her in Aphrodite while I put Vladimir in Hephaestus, because Hephaestus and Aphrodite are husband and wife, even though Aphrodite doesn't really care. And with Bungorf and Selena, and I know that will also technically make them half siblings, but you get my point. It's fine. Alright, we're down to our final character, which is our villain. It's Rasputin. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And this character kind of left me all over the place. By the end of the movie, I had 4 different gods in mind, were Nemesis, Hades, Hypno, and Hecate. I was thinking about taking Hypno and Hades out, because the only reason why they were here is Hypno, it was that one spell he had where he was controlling Anastasia's dreams and controlling her in her sleep, and that's a Hypno thing with the dreams and sleep, because Hypno is the god of sleep. But that was only one spell, so I'm throwing that one out. Hades is because he's literally dead. He's in limbo, waiting to go to the underworld, or in their case, hell. But I don't think that should qualify him. The only other reason why Hades, other than him being dead, was because I thought his, like, the magic he had was kind of like shadow magic, because he was controlling, like, shadow creatures. And Hades and, like, Hades kids, or Hades or Pluto kids, really don't have that ability. Yeah, Nico has shadow travel, but that's shadow travel. He controls more of the undead than shadows. And then I had left was Hecate and Nemesis. Hecate originally was actually the first one I had before watching the movie, because I knew he had powers. I didn't know how he got those powers. I just knew he had powers. And then when I finally figured out why he hated the Romanov so much, because they betrayed him, really was the other way around, and he wanted revenge on them. That's why he placed that curse on the Romanov name, and also banished the rest of them. But he, like, got his powers from pretty much Satan himself. Literally during the narration in the beginning, talking about him, they usually thought, like, he was a holy man, but in reality he wasn't. And even though he does have those powers and is a part of him, his main goal is to rid all of the Romanovs off there, so he can finally, quote-unquote, rest in peace and, well, go to the underworld, go to hell, pretty much. But that's his main sort of feat. That's his main thing. That's why he comes back from the dead. That's why he was in limbo, because Anastasia was still alive, and, like, he tries and kills her all the way through and destroy her, and she got the better of him, like the female heroines always do. So, with that knowledge, Hades, Hypno is out. I'm leaning more towards Nemesis, really, if I'm being honest, because of the revenge, and that's, like, his whole thing, other than having these powers from Satan. I think I'm going to go ahead and put him in Cabin 16, Nemesis. I don't think I have put anyone in analysis before, which might be a first. Hey guys, Tiffany here. Real quick, jumping in to do the outro because my camera battery died on me, so I'm recording it the next day. I know I didn't do all the characters. Any characters I didn't do, tell me in the comments where they would go. Any characters that I did sort in this video you think they should have gone someplace else, tell me in the comments below where you think they should have gone. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. If you didn't care and don't want to do anything, you don't have to do anything. If you haven't already, subscribe, please, thank you. Last video right there, subscribe beneath me, and also playlist of other sorting videos are right up there. Also in the link description with a Percy Jackson playlist, and I'll see you guys next time here on Rainbow Link. Bye!